Hello everyone. I'm back with another video on Elden Ring Poise. This is going to be different from last video in that this video will be primarily offense based, and it'll be about how the poise damage your weapons deal affect other players' poise. What was covered in my last video was poise HP, poise recovery, so resting at sites of grace when your poise recovers completely, the different levels of stagger between no stagger, light stagger, medium stagger, and full knockdown, great and not great weapons, and how those affect the stagger that you receive when you're hit by them, poise thresholds, poise damage, etc. That video, again, was primarily defense based. So I made that video with the mindset that you're trying to figure out what armor you want to put on and all that. What I will be covering in this video is different from that. This video will be discussing the difference in multipliers depending on the move that you do for your weapon. So strong attacks, charge strong attacks, shield counters, jumping attacks, and jumping strong attacks. It'll be about the different multipliers that each of those apply to the poise damage output of your weapon. I already did the testing for all of these things to save you guys the time. So first things first, jumping attacks. These, not these. This is a jumping strong attack, but these are jumping light attacks, and those do not do anything to your poise damage output. You will still be having the same exact poise damage as before. So yeah, there's no difference between these and just doing that. Strong attacks. The average strong attack multiplier when I was testing on this enemy between every single weapon class was 1.41 times. However, the highest was 2 times, and the weapons that had 2 times were fists, curved swords, and that was it. So let me just show you now. Yeah, okay. So yeah, those are 2 times. So the normal poise output of a curved sword is 6 times, or you have to hit them 6 times to stagger them. And with charge attacks, it's 2 times, or 3 times rather. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to stagger. And then you saw me previously strong attack 3 times, and that'll stagger. My theory behind the differing poise values for each weapon class, or the differing poise multiplier values, just stems from the fact that this is just a regular enemy. So, if I do a little too much poise damage, then that's not going to be accounted for on the stagger. It's not like her next health bar or something is going to take that toll or anything like that. So you'll notice that weapons that are heavier get a lot less return on their investment for strong attacks and things like that. Like the difference between a jumping strong attack and a charged strong attack is almost non-existent for most heavy weapons like great swords and curved great swords and things like that, and you'll see that later in the data. Anyways, moving on from strong attacks to jumping strong attacks. The average for this was 2.38 times, and the highest was 3.5 times, shared by whips and thrusting swords. So let me pull that out here. Just a rapier. So these normally take 7 times. That's the 7th hit, and it's staggered. Or stunned, rather. And now 1, 2. So 7 over 2, that's 3.5 times. Yeah, so again, whips and thrusting swords share that. And yeah, that's the multiplier for jumping strong attacks. And again, what I said last time about the differing poise multiplier values for the damage output. Some weapons will go a little bit over that threshold, so there will be a little bit of a difference, which is why I took the average and also listed the top value. All of this data, by the way, will go on the Wikipedia. I just need to copy it from my tables and put it on the Wikipedia. Charge strong attack now. The average for charge strong attack was 4.56 times, but I think the true value or the top value is 6 times. And the only weapon that actually takes full advantage of that, the 6 times, is curved swords. So let me go to that now, the curved sword of my choice. So if I go over here and I do a charged R2, it will immediately stagger. And we already know that curved swords take 6 shots to stagger, so the ratio for that is 6 to 1, or 6 times. Again, same whole thing about differing poise values. Some will go over. That's just how it is. Shield counters. The only 4 things I have for this category, because the only 4 things that mattered at this point were daggers, thrusting swords, whips, and claws. And the average for this category was 4.125 times, but the true value I think is 7 times. So daggers, whips, and claws for shield counters all registered 3 times on their poise multiplier damage values. However, I think that's partially just because the enemy that I'm testing on takes forever to attack multiple times. So like if you see right here, there's one, but then just kind of stands there for a little while. So this is about as fast as I can do it. As you can assume, this is going to waste a lot of time. So I don't know how much I would trust those values for that. The one value I would trust, however, though, from the shield counter category that I have on my data is the thrusting swords. This category will net you the highest multiplier for poise output. Thrusting swords normally take 7 shots to stagger. However, with a shield counter, thrusting swords now just take 1 shot. Like that. So that will be very important for players to keep in mind in PvP when you're going up against a thrusting sword user who's running Great Shield, which is my preferred build that I usually go with. Anyways, that's just about all for this video. This one's significantly shorter than the last one because you guys didn't have to sit through the testing that I was doing. Again, all this data will be going up on the Fextra Life Elden Ring wiki. So yeah, thank you guys for your time, and I'll see you in the next video.